Huh? I got it. So anyway, a couple of years ago, I was walking around. English people, as you know, cannot do American accents, but American people cannot do English accents, so I think we'll just leave it there. So, a couple of years ago, I was doing a gig in a place in London called Camden, and it was a venue called Camden Proud Galleries. It's quite a kind of cool venue with like horse stables and stuff, and I was playing inside one of the horse stables. I finished up my set, and my friend Cave, who was also playing that night, came up to me and he said, "Ed, what are you doing tomorrow?" And I said, "As it happens, nothing. I'm playing a gig in the evening, but you know, I'm free in the day if you need me." And he said, "Right, I work for a homeless charity called Crisis, and basically Crisis every year at Christmas all over England get given big warehouses, and they kind of strip the warehouses and they put cinemas and beds and food, healthcare, dental, all this stuff in the warehouse. They get all our homeless people off the street of that area and they put them in the warehouse for Christmas and kind of give them food, healthcare, beds, shelter over their heads and stuff, and cinemas, dental, everything." And Cave was running the events at this, so he said, can you come down and play and be the entertainment?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" I got on the train the next day. I went down to the place, which is in East London on the DLR line, which is a tube line that no one ever uses, so because it just goes so in the middle of nowhere. But anyway, arrived there, got off, got lost, walked across the road, and kind of ended up at this warehouse space. Kind of walked in, got my little badge that said "I'm here to help." It was like a big, kind of like a Target sign that just said Ed on it, and walked upstairs, met with Cave, met with the group leaders, and they just said, "Right, while we're setting the gig down upstairs, can you just jam? Can you just go up to people and just do requests?" So I kind of walked into the main room, and everyone was kind of sitting down, either sleeping or not interested. But it was kind of walking up to people saying, "Hey, what song do you want to hear?" "Oh, we want to hear Living on a Prayer." "Cool, I'll play that one." "Hey, what do you want to hear?" "I want to hear Sweet Child of Mine." "Cool, I'll do that." It was kind of commandeered by this big dude with lots of tattoos with a shaved head. Basically, he took me and sat me in the corner, and did not realise why, but wanted to hear every single James Blunt song that I knew. I was the world's biggest James Blunt fan, and you'd have never guessed it. So, Blunt, if you're listening, you got fans. There were posters all around the room that were laminated that said "Angels Rules," and I spoke to Cave, and I was like, "What's the deal with them?" Because it was kind of like really random rules, like kind of like no drinking coffee without a lid. No swearing, no smoking, no drinking, no sex, all these kind of like house rules. And he said that there was a girl called Angel that was one of the inhabitants of the shelter, and she'd been breaking all the rules from day one, and basically not paying attention to anyone. So they sat her down and they said, "Look, Angel, we will let you make up your own rules. You can police the venue, you can be the sheriff, you can tell people to stop doing stuff, but you just got to stop breaking the rules yourself." So she was like, "Yeah, fine, why not?" So she started being the policewoman, and I bumped into her. She was actually a big Guns N' Roses fan and was the one that requested "Sweet Child of Mine" about 6 times. And so I had a chat with her, had a sit down, played some songs, was brought downstairs for the main gig, which, again, I was meant to play 4 songs at, but many of the homeless people there were musicians and all had their kind of instruments, so we just had some massive jam session. Just the songs never ended. You'd go from "Let It Be" to "No Woman, No Cry" to Oasis tunes, and it would just be like one long song. It was quite fun. And again, had to play "Sweet Child of Mine." I'm not even lying, I played it around 16 times that day. But yeah, so I finished up and I was packing up my stuff, and Cave, my friend who worked at the shelter, was explaining to me that his job on the last day was to take everyone from inside the shelter and put them back out on the street. And it being Christmas and it being cold, winter, snow, he just said it was one of the toughest things to do, to take people from the kind of warm shelter to put them back out on the lives that they'd had for the past year. And he was saying where someone like Angel had come from and where she was going back to, how she made her money and how she spent it. And I was 18 at the time. I'd lived away from home for 2 years, but I'd never really seen the dark underbelly of London. So it was a bit of a wake-up call to me, and I wrote this song for Angel, and it happens to be the first song on American radio that was played by Alice. So thank you very much to Marcus and Jane for